Most poker players are making 6 mistakes that instantly tell the table they're the fish. I've been a winning poker pro for 7 straight years, and these are the exact things I look for every session. In this video, I'll show you the mistakes so you can stop making them and start winning more consistently. The first mistake is going to be shown when I am dealt King 9 suited in the small blind. It folds all the way around to me in the small blind, and I will raise 3 extra blinds, making it $15 to go. Villain in big blind will be put it in a call. We go heads up to a flop of Queen 4 deuce, 2 hearts. Everything is playing normal so far, but we are about to see something happen that will indicate big blind is a fish. This is a very good flop from my hand with an overcard to the board, and I am also drawing to the king high flush. Overall, for my range, however, this is not the best board for me. Because of this, I will check instead of finding a continuation bet. Villain is going to fire out a bet in position for 50% of the pot, making it $15 to go. This is completely fine, and sometimes here I can play a call. However, people in live poker love betting when check 2 in position. Instead of calling, I will find a check raise with having such a large amount of equity, making it $50 to go. I am not afraid to play a turn if my opponent continues. This time around, they will fold face up and show me pocket jacks. Do you see the mistake here? They played too passive and did not 3-bet me pre-flop. This hand is a pure 3-bet, and even though it is a very strong hand blind versus blind, Villain decided to just call. This tells us a lot about their 3-betting range. Also, they folded second pair to a check raise because the aggression against such a passive player will make them do crazy things. Yes, you should float jacks here because I would not always have a made hand. Please do not be this player at the poker table, as other players will target you very quickly. Next hand, we are going to see the second mistake almost instantly. You do not want to be this guy sitting in seat 1 at the table. This is a 1-3 game, and the $6 straddle has been on majority of the time, and they are playing short stacked. They have about $125 to $140, which is less than 50 big blinds at a 1-3 game. Also, if the straddle is on, they have less than 25 straddles, aka it is a tournament cash game for them. Fish tend to play short since they have plenty of fears with sitting deep at the table. Also, they may have only came to play with one buy-in and want the game to last as long as possible. To learn more ways to properly spot the fish and play profitable strategies, you should grab my free guide, The Low Stakes Poker Blueprint, by scanning this QR code. It gives you the 100 rules I used to win for 7 straight years. You can also receive it by clicking the pinned comment in this video to visit my website. Please do not do this next mistake we are about to see, as not only will it show you are the fish, but it will slowly cause you to bleed money in every poker session. This time, I am dealt King Jack offsuit on the button. It folds to cutoff and they are going to limp for $5. I will raise it up 5x to $25. It folds around to them and they will put in a call. We go heads up to a flop of 7-6-3 rainbow. Villain checks, and this is not the best board for my current holding, but people limp and call with so many random hands, I will still fire out a continuation bet, aka C bet, for $35. After a couple of seconds, my opponent puts in a call. We go to the turn and it comes to Jack of clubs. Extremely good turn, as now I have top pair, top kicker with the backdoor flush draw coming in. Villain checks, and now we have a made hand. My opponent can still find plenty of calls with worse hands such as 7x, a pair with a straight draw hand such as 6-5 suited or 4-3 suited, and a pair plus flush draw or straight plus flush draw holding. I will size up on the turn and double barrel for $100. They take a bit longer this time, but still put in a call. We go to the river and it comes the 6 of spades. Villain checks, and with the board pairing, I will check back this time. Before they turn over the cards, here is the mistake. Please do not limp. It will cost you so much money in the long run, as they turn over 7-4 suited. They could have folded pre, but no, they decided it was better to limp and then call a raise to be in the worst spot in poker, out of position. Villain loses $160 chasing cards when they could have lost $0. Next hand, I will be dealt pocket fours in hijack. This time, the mistake will be post flop as I open 3x to $15. The villain in big blind puts in the call. We go heads up to a flop of 7-5-4, 2 hearts. They check, an extremely good flop for me, right? I hit bottom set, but a set is one of the most disguised hands in poker. We want to start building this pot as quickly as possible. I will c-bet here, making it $25 to go. After a couple of seconds, villain is going to fold. I hand my cards to the dealer calmly, but other people will make the mistake and be upset their monster hand won only $17. They expect to always win a large pot in this spot. You will see these players flip over their set in this spot and say, of course, this always happens to me when I have it, when it really is not the case. Having the correct mindset goes a long way when playing poker. It is even worse if they blame the dealer for not giving the other player a hand or a better board. Look for this player at the table because it is the exact opponent you want to play pots against. This time I am dealt ace-king offsuit and I will be in under the gun position. I am sure your game is improving, and it will even more if you grab my free guide, The Low Stakes Poker Blueprint, by scanning this QR code. It gives you the 100 rules I used to win for 7 straight years. You can also receive it by clicking the pinned comment in this video to visit my website. I will open 3x again, making it $15 to go. It folds around to hijack and they will call. It folds around to small blind and they call too, while big blind is going to fold. Notice both opponents are short stacked, but that is not the mistake this time as we are headed to a flop of king 8-4, 2 hearts. Small blind checks, and this is a perfect spot to play against two opponents short stack. I have top pair, top kicker, and decision making here is going to be extremely straightforward. Some will immediately continuation bet here, but you do not always have to. This time around, I will play a bit of defense with a check, preparing to check raise if my opponent bets in position. Remember, the first hand I did this with a draw, and now I am applying the same concept with a very strong made hand. Hijack will place a bet in position for $35, about 60% or so of the pot. Villain in small blind decides to put in the check raise and makes it $70 to go. With both players being so short and so much action happening, I am more than happy to 3-bet and go all in with ace-king. Hijack folds, and small blind will be coming along with the call. They turn over 8-5 suited, and here is the mistake. Do not play bad hands in small blind. It gets you into a lot of trouble and you will be out of position to the entire table every single hand. Just because a hand is suited does not mean you should call or have the odds to put money in. It is okay to fold your $2 and move on to avoid getting into complicated spots where you will have an inferior holding majority of the time. We agree to run it twice. The first run out brings a 7 of clubs on the turn and then a jack of diamonds on the river. The second run out brings a 6 of diamonds on the turn and a 9 of diamonds on the river. We win both boards and my opponent in small blind loses $280 instead of losing $2 in this position. Putting in a $2 blind is not an invitation to claim you are pot committed and can't fold. Next hand, I am dealt 10-7 suited and we are going to have some blind versus blind action once again. This hand is going to play out very differently than the previous one. Small blind, who has been overly aggressive today, is going to find a limp. I am going to raise it up, making it $40 to go. Villain will be putting in the limp raise, making it $160 to go. We are playing almost 150 big blinds effective, so I will be putting in the call. We go heads up to a flop of king jack 6, 2 clubs. Very good flop for me as I am drawing to the 10 high flush, which would be the third best hand possible. I also have some backdoors to runner straights as well. My opponent will find a c-bet for $110. Easy decision here. I put in the call. We go to the turn and it comes to 2 of clubs. I now have a flush and villain will not be slowing down here. They are finding the double barrel and size up on the turn, making it $350 to go. With them being very aggressive today, and in general, there is no reason to raise at all. I would just put in a call. We go to the river and it comes the 8 of clubs. Not the best river for me, as now if my opponent has the ace or queen of clubs in their hand, they will have a better flush. They will fire the triple barrel here and go all in. In this spot, you may feel you are beat, but our hand is just too good. I will put in a call, and here is another mistake. Over bluffing in a spot that is unnecessary. They turn over ace ten of hearts and could have easily given up on the turn without a club. I am going to have way more flushes in my range than my opponent, and they did not realize this in the moment. This was a gift as they bluff off well over $1,000. Most poker players are making one mistake that's destroying their results without them even realizing it. Watch this next video to see what it is.